So today we're looking at Unit 8, Lesson 10, with our aim being able to add and subtract numbers in scientific notation. Our Think About It asks us to evaluate the following expressions below. So let's look at number 1. I have 4 times 10 to the third power plus 3 times 10 to the third power. What can we do to add these numbers together? Let's first look at what are these numbers in standard form. If I have 4 times 10 to the third, I have my multiplier, and I'm moving my decimal place over 3 times. And I'm left with 4,000. When I have 3 times 10 to the third power, I have 3, and again, I'm going to move my decimal place over 3 spots, and I'm left with 3,000. Obviously, we can add those very quickly, and we're left with that 7,000. Since we have 7,000, and our numbers were initially given in scientific notation, let's go ahead and move our answer back into scientific notation. So when we're moving into scientific notation, I need to have a 7 because I need to have my multiplier be between 1 and 10. If I'm having 7, I need to move my decimal place over 3 times. So I would have 7 times 10 to the third. And we have our answer. For number 2, I have 2 times 10 to the second power plus 6 times 10 to the third power. Again, let's go ahead and move our numbers into standard form. So I have my multiplier 2, and I'm moving my decimal place over 2 spots because I have 10 to the second power, which gives me 200. In my second number, my multiplier is 6, and I'm moving my decimal place over 3 spots, and I'm left with 6,000. Make sure that we're lining up our numbers as we would in addition, and we're left with 6,200. Again, our numbers are given in standard form, so let's take our 6,200 and move that back into standard form. Our multiplier needs to be between 1 and 10. So what should my multiplier be? I know I have a 6 and a 2, so if I put my decimal place in between, I have 6.2, which is between 1 and 10. If I know my decimal place needs to be between my 6 and my 2, I need to move my decimal place over 3 times. So I'd have 6.2 times 10 to the third. And now I have my new answer. So this is a way that we can add and subtract our numbers in scientific notation. Let's first look at number 1. What do we notice about our numbers and our answers in scientific notation? In each case, we're multiplying every number by 10 to the third power, which means in each case, we have the same exponent. When we're talking about scientific notation and every value has the same exponent, we say that those numbers have the same magnitude. The same magnitude means that every number is the same size. I have 4,000, 3,000, and 7,000. Those are all the relative same size. So when we're adding values with the same magnitude, what do I need to do instead of just moving numbers into standard form? Well, I notice I have 4 plus 3, and we know that equals 7. So when I'm adding numbers with the same magnitude, I can just add the multipliers and keep the same magnitude. That sounds easy enough. Let's go ahead and look at our second example. What do we notice about example 2 that's different from example 1? In example 2, I have 10 to the second power and 10 to the third power, with our answer being 10 to the third power. In this case, do we have the same magnitude? No, we have different magnitudes. Our numbers in example 2 have different magnitudes, which means we cannot add our multipliers. As we go forward, we'll discuss how we can add these numbers in scientific notation. But for right now, let's create a conjecture answering when can we easily add numbers in scientific notation? We can add numbers in scientific notation when the values have the same magnitude. Just like in example 1, we have the same magnitude and it was easy to add those numbers together. In example 2, it's difficult to add those numbers because we have different magnitudes. Today we're going to discuss how we can easily go through adding numbers in scientific notation. So go ahead and turn the page to test the conjecture.